Quaid llegó a San Pablo, Brasil. En este tremendo hotel vamos a entrevistar al elenco de The Boys, la serie de Prime Video que la está rompiendo en todo el mundo. Vamos a hablar con Homelander, vamos a hablar con Soldier Boy, vamos a hablar con Billy Butcher, vamos a hablar con Hughie y con muchos más, así que vení, vamos a entrevistarlos. Hey guys, thanks for having me. Really, this is a great opportunity to be with you here. And I wanted to ask you about this season and about the making of the show. The first question I have for you is, this show have found a place between nothing in adult comics it was there before. It's like no one there to go that way. Mm-hmm. How do you balance this humor, this gore, and this drama in the show?
We just sort of start from the place of what would happen if superheroes really existed in our reality. And what a horrible idea it would be, what a terrible, truly awful idea it would be. Because the one thing that all the Marvel and DC shows don't really factor in is the people that would be getting superpowers are people. And they're complicated and they have dark sides and they can be selfish. And so everything in our world kind of skews from that. So like if there's gonna be something gory, it's because you know, it's just the truth that the Flash would run through people every so often, you know? Like when Superman lasers somebody, it doesn't really look like that. Like it looks like the way Homelander does it, exactly. Yeah. So everything sort of comes from us just kind of logically trying to play that game of making it as real as possible.
Amazing. So what was the most disgusting scene you had to shoot? You got a few.
I've got a few, yeah, I got a few, not just in my belt, but the most disgusting scene? I mean, probably, it's weird, like, it didn't disgust me in the moment because I was just kind of amazed that we made a whale. We constructed a whale with an exterior and an interior, but just to have a scene literally in the belly of a whale was incredible. Like, it's one of those experiences where you're just like, I have to take this in because I know I'll never be here again, you know, with the actual beating heart that's slowly dying as the whale passes away. I still can't believe we did that.
Butcher in this season seems to be self-destructive. We've seen it, no spoilers, but we've seen that he's going the extra mile to get Homelander. Do you think he is like that? The guy is like that? Or is it just going to self-destruct just the object to get Homelander?
The thing with Butcher is that his thirst for revenge on Homelander is an obsession, and it's all-consuming. That is all that Butcher can see, even to the detriment of his friends and his responsibilities and obligations. And it's the incorrect path as opposed to Hughie's path, which was one that was more about seeking justice, which is the morally correct path. So really, in this season, Butcher is even further down that rabbit hole, and all he can see in his sights is Homelander, and that unfortunately that comes at a cost.
Do you think he's a bad guy, or he's truly a good guy inside?
Well, I don't really feel like it's for me to say. I certainly don't play the character like he's a bad guy. I kind of tend to think that deep down, that he is a good guy, but he's just doing bad things. And but there's the great thing about The Boys is there is no black and white. The characters are so wonderfully well written that there are so many different shades of grey, and that's what that dynamic is what makes them interesting. It's not so cut and dry like that.
Do you have the final scene written? Do you know the final of the
We
story?
don't. We definitely don't know. But maybe he does. Okay, come on.
Yeah, we just everyone knows but Jack.
Yeah. No one tells me nothing.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, any showrunner who tells you they have the final scene written is lying. Oh. The truth is you have like a sense of what you want it to be, and you hope that you can eventually steer the ship to that place. But nobody does. They just like to sound cool in interviews. This is the truth.
Yes, I have the final written.
Carl, did you write a final scene for the show?
It's done.
Yeah? Right. You're not sending it to me, right?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
You'll get it on the day.
Yeah. Get it on the day. I gotta memorize my birthdays.
need to choose like compound B, but you can choose your powers, not like the one you got. That's sort of spoilers. The one you got, which one will you choose?
I feel like I kind of want the one that I got, just without
Without
the twist.
Without so much, without so much nudity.
Without so much nudity, yeah.
Boring.
Just take the clothes. Why I hate flying. Just go. Just poof right over to Brazil.
It's boring, but flying for sure. That would be,
just flying?
That would be amazing.
But it's amazing. Like anyone who's like, oh, flying sucks, they're lying.
Well,
They're
just
lying.
flying.
It's amazing.
Flying is just the obvious answer. That's all. It's
Yeah,
not
but
that it sucks.
But it's great.
What about you, Con?
I think the best superpower would be the ability to give someone gastroenteritis. Boom.
Yeah, it'd be hard to overcome.
It'd be hard to overcome. It'd
Yeah.
be debilitating.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Have you studied besides the script, your characters in the comics? Did you get any pointers because of the writer team?
Oh, I mean, I read all the comics just because I knew I was gonna neither look nor sound anything like Hughie in the comics. He's like 5 feet tall in the comics.
And Simon Pegg.
And Simon Pegg and Scottish. So I was like, I need to read all of these comics so that I can understand what the spirit of the character of Hughie is, because I know I'm gonna, not really look like him. So I want to know, okay, like why is this character appealing? And I think I came to the conclusion that he's just an ordinary dude in extraordinary circumstances. And I love the character of Hughie in the comics, so I read all of them just to get a real sense.
Yeah, I didn't read them all, but I read quite a few of them, and particularly the ones that relate to Butcher and his backstory. But going into it, Kripke was like, well, we're definitely doing our own thing. I checked them out, but the Butcher in the comics is quite different, and the certain events are quite different. That was really a starting point. But for me, really, the Bible is, are those scripts that we get.
Yeah.
Do you think this show is pushing it harder every season? We go like further from the other ones because of the other shows of this kind of public, maybe the comic book fans and this kind of show fans are toning it down. Maybe they're going softer, and you gotta go harder.
That's an interesting question. I mean, genuinely, for as crazy as the show gets, we almost never play the game of how far can we go, or can we go further, or we need to top ourselves. The show has its own very particular tone, and then we let the characters drive it. I think if you try to just always make it about the crazy, I think it starts to feel like kind of cheap, and I think one of the reasons the show feels like it's got weight to it is because all of those notions, no matter how insane, are always there to illuminate something about the characters. So we're always, we'll come up, yes, we come up with crazy shit, sorry stuff, but it is always grounded in the choices we have to, we're trying to dramatize.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for the
Thank you.
time. I'm looking forward to see you in Argentina.
Yeah, thank you
so much. Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great questions.
Fuck!